The story begins with a man named Mike who was a lead guitarist in one band and was the only white guy in another all-black band called the Esquires. He owns a karaoke machine that he uses for solo gigs. He sings all types of music. He's got Mellencamp, Elvis, Bon Jovi. His jacket has a lightning bolt on it because they call him Lightning. But right now Mike is at a therapy group where he's celebrating his sober birthday. He's been sober from alcohol for 20 years. Mike sings a song in front of everyone, song sung blue. He invites everyone to sing along with him. After this, Mike goes to a state fair and changes all his clothes. He's dressed up as a Don Ho impersonator. All the singers here are impersonators of famous singers. But Mike puts his regular clothes back on. He says, "I'm gonna go as myself." But the Elvis impersonator tells him, "You look like Elvis. Your jacket even has the bolt on it," which is Elvis's logo. Then Mark comes over and asks Mike where his Hawaiian shirt is. Actually, the guy who was supposed to be Don Ho had his gallbladder rupture, and Mike agreed to fill in and do Mark a favor. But now he's refusing to do it. Right then Mike sees a girl named Claire who's dressed as Patsy Cline. Mike says, "I just can't be Don Ho on my birthday." Claire tells him, "You know you would be perfect for Neil Diamond." Mike says, No, I hold that man in such high regard." But then he finds out the Elvis impersonator got 20 grand for this gig. Claire says nostalgia pays. She goes on to perform. Mike likes her singing as much as her looks. After this, Mike goes to his dentist who's prepared a lightning bolt tooth for Mike's mouth. Now this dentist, Dr. Dave, is also Mike's manager who tells him you are 3 months behind on your mortgage and you should think about downsizing. But Mike doesn't want to sell his house. He says we should be talking about higher paying gigs instead of downsizing. Mike tells him that Mark is angry at him because he didn't do Don Ho. Dave says there goes my $10 commission. To make Dave happy, Mike changes the oil in his car. After this, he goes home and plays a Neil Diamond song and starts dancing. He starts thinking about Claire. But while dancing like this, he injures his knee. Later, during one of the Esquires shows, Claire comes to meet Mike. Claire was also divorced like Mike. She was a hairdresser as well. Mike told her that when I told you it was my birthday that day, it wasn't my birthday. It was my 20th sober birthday. Mike said, "Look, I'm not a songwriter, but I just want to entertain people and make a living out of it." Claire wanted the same thing. So Mike said, "I need a hook. I need something big." The two of them went to Claire's house. Claire had a son named Dana. Claire puts on her daughter Rachel's shoes, saying he was looking so cute with the band. Claire really liked Mike. That's why she wants Rachel to go introduce herself to Mike too. Rachel refuses. Claire said, "I deal with all of your boyfriends. You go say hi to him." But Rachel still doesn't introduce herself properly. So Mike and Claire start looking at Neil's costumes. Mike says, "I don't even look like Neil. I don't even really sound like Neil. I got to be Neil, but I just got to be me too." Claire understands that Mike doesn't want to be Neil's impersonator but his interpreter. Mike said, "Yeah, exactly." Claire says, "I will back you up on keyboards and vocals." The two of them start practicing. They started with the song Cherry Cherry. But they were so loud that Claire's mom woke up and came out. She says, "Sing softer." So Mike started a soft song. Claire starts supporting him on the piano. The two of them sang a beautiful song together. Claire tells Mike that her ex-husband loved her singing. But when she started to book gigs, he started making fun of her. He used to make her feel small. So Mike said, "With me and my ex, I was the one making her feel small. I was wrong, but now I'm trying to be better." While singing, Mike and Claire bond really well. After this, when Mike is about to leave, he comes up with a name for them: Lightning and Thunder, where Thunder was Claire. Hearing this, Claire kisses Mike. The next day Mike went to Mark. He apologizes for last time. Mark introduced Mike to Tom. Tom has connections with all the casinos and venues. Tom had heard Mike with his very first band. So Mike told him about his Neil Diamond Experience idea. Mike says, "One day I see us being backed by a big orchestra, maybe even a choir. But for now they'll have to start small." Tom says, "But you gotta make sure you play Sweet Caroline." Mike says, "Absolutely, but we're gonna open with Soolaimon." Other people don't know much about this song. But Mike is excited to sing it. Tom says, "I'm gonna get you that casino gig. You just practice till then." So the next day, Claire arrived at Mike's house with her family. She explains to Rachel that Mike really wants to connect with you. So to make you more comfortable, she has invited his daughter. But Rachel didn't like this playdate kind of idea at all. Rachel meets Mike's daughter. They were both the same age. The two of them talked about their mom and dad. At Mike's house, along with Rachel, members of the Esquires band were also there. Mike made a deal with them. Mike would be playing 4 free gigs for them, just for all of them to do one show. Right then Mark also showed up. He also wants to perform with Mike. So Mike's daughter tells Rachel that my dad was a tunnel rat in Vietnam. He was sent into the tunnels where the enemy was hiding. Sometimes he'd have to crawl over dead bodies. So he used to drink. And most recovering alcoholics trade one addiction for another. For Mike it's music. Inside, Mike started singing with his newly formed crew. Claire and he try new costumes too. Their singing in the garage was so good that Claire's son started enjoying it and dancing. An old woman standing outside also started grooving. After this, sitting in the therapy group, Mike remembers how one day while turning on the lawn mower he had a heart attack. But he got up on his own. He turned the lawn mower back on. After this, they arrived at a casino for their first show, but here they find out that Tom had a misunderstanding. When he booked this gig a month ago, he misunderstood that there was a motorhome convention in town. But in reality it was a motor club reunion. And the bikers here want a classic rock band. They would probably not like Neil Diamond. Tom says we should put Claire first. She is pretty. But Mike says no, we are not changing the show. Tom says look, none of these people are gonna want to hear Soolaimon. But Mike makes it clear I am in charge of this band and we open with Soolaimon. But doing this caused exactly what everyone expected. The bikers don't like this song at all. They start commenting you are ruining our night. One biker threw a beer bottle. Then someone said Neil Diamond sucks. This comment upset Mike so much that he started fighting. In this fight, Tom gets a nosebleed. Claire got angry at Mike. She said this is what happens when only you get your way in this band. What would you have lost if you opened with Sweet Caroline? Mike says there is more to Neil Diamond than Sweet Caroline. This is where we find out that after the show Mike was going to take Claire to a nice place and propose to her. He even has a ring, but everything got ruined. So Claire, just hearing about the proposal, says yes. She says just one thing, we open with Sweet Caroline. They get married and they sang Sweet Caroline. Slowly lightning and thunder starts becoming popular. They have shows at 2 different venues within 4 hours. People were enjoying their singing so much that they even appeared on the local news. After this, when everyone was home, Mike got a call from someone named Eddie. This guy was calling from Pearl Jam. Rachel, hearing this name, takes the phone from Mike. Pearl Jam was a huge band. And this Eddie was their leader, Eddie Vedder. He's asking Mike to open for their concert. Hearing this news, everyone got really excited. On Friday, everyone got ready and arrived to open. Rachel and Mike's daughter Angelina also came to attend the show. Mike met Eddie. Mike asked Eddie for a favor. After this, their show started. There was a huge crowd here. Lightning and thunder made them happy with their music. And as a surprise for everyone, Eddie Vedder joins them in singing. Seeing this, the entire audience jumped to their feet. Everyone thoroughly enjoyed this show. After the show, Mike and Claire also enjoyed some quality time. After this, one day Dana started recording everyone's videos. Rachel had gotten a boyfriend. Lightning and thunder had become popular. Mike has Dana shoot a video of him. This was a pre-recorded message for his therapy group. Today is his 21st sober birthday, but he won't be able to be with them because of his show. So in this video he sings a song for them. But right then, a car hit Claire who was standing outside. Claire is taken to the hospital. Mike took Rachel aside. He says I have a jacked up heart and I think I'm having a heart attack. So when I pass out you are gonna jolt me back. Remember how I showed you how to jump a car? This is just like that. Rachel says I can't do it. But Mike passes out in front of her. Rachel screams Papa. She shocked him. Then the scene shifts forward in time to Claire. Mike lifts Claire up. She had forgotten that she doesn't have one leg anymore. Along with this, Mike doesn't have money to pay the hospital bills. The old guy that hit Claire isn't able to provide the settlement money for another 6 months. So one day when Rachel reminds Claire about her prosthetic therapy, Claire said I don't think I can do that. Rachel says you have to go. But Claire says give me a minute and lies down on the bed. She gets really angry when Rachel keeps knocking. But it was Dana who said dinner is ready. Meaning Claire didn't even realize when morning turned to night. These were the side effects of her medicines. Claire went outside. So Mike talks about taking a road trip. He says he might get a new job. His friend Cliff talked about a karaoke host job at his Thai joint. Mike says it's just temporary until your mother and I, Claire said, get back on our feet. Dave asks Mike about his house situation. So Mike tells him that Claire won't get up out of bed. It's these medicines she is on. And what will a duo do if the one doesn't want to do what the other's doing? So Dave says, I believe in you, Mike. After this, Mike arrived for that job. He says, for the past year I'm known for singing Neil Diamond music. Hearing this, a Thai man comes and asks him, do you know Soolaimon? Mike was surprised that this man knows Soolaimon when most Americans don't. This man talked to his team about something. He shakes Mike's hand. Now Mike can do Neil Diamond on Wednesday nights and host karaoke on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. After this, one day when Mike was doing some work at home, their phone started ringing. Mike kept calling Claire's name, but Claire didn't get up. Mike picked up and answered the phone. Then Claire started asking him, where are you going? Mike says, I am going to that Thai joint gig I have been doing for weeks. Claire started saying, I see the way you look at those girls in the crowd. She started making baseless allegations against Mike. Mike says, I really wish these medications make up their mind. Because sometimes you don't give a shit and sometimes you get angry and paranoid. So Claire said my mom was right about, why don't you go and find yourself a new girlfriend? Mike also yelled back that you are not the only one getting hurt. But I am here trying. Mike went to the bathroom. Rachel started crying. At night Mike sings karaoke. He was sad. Angelina came to meet him there. Today is the death anniversary of the Thai joint owner's wife. So he's also singing sad songs with Mike. Angelina tells him that Rachel tells me everything about you. When was your last group therapy meeting? Mike didn't seem okay either. Angelina told Mike to attend his meetings. So one night Claire started seeing smoke outside her room. Claire somehow crawls toward it. Then she got on a stage singing Patsy Cline's Sweet Dreams in front of people. But right in the middle, Mike shows up. He was calling Claire down. Claire says, I am not stopping the show. You are embarrassing me. And this is where it comes out that Claire is hallucinating. She was doing all this outside the house near the road. And after this incident, the family decides to get Claire psychiatric help, admitting her to a hospital. Mike nervously asks the receptionist, can you tell me if I am doing the right thing for her? He got emotional. But doing this was necessary. After this, one day Rachel tells him that my car radiator is hissing. Rachel has to go to her job. She is the only one who has a job. Mike gave her a liquid and said just pour it in. It will fix it. But right then Rachel started crying. She was under so much pressure. She's worried about her mom, worried about her brother. And every time Mike touches his chest, she worries about him too. And this is where it came out that she is 4 months pregnant. Something no one even knew about. Her boyfriend is not with her anymore. Mike tried to comfort Rachel. He asks, what do you want to do? Rachel says, I want to give it to a couple that wants a baby. She's even found a couple like that. But Rachel needs her mom now to help her with all this. So Claire is sitting in an AA meeting in the hospital just like Mike. She had accepted that the accident took her leg, but she should not have it take her singing away. She came back home. Rachel tells Mike to stay quiet. Claire started asking Mike, when are you going to work? What about the karaoke thing? Mike says, we just got home and you were getting to argue. But it wasn't like that. Claire just asked. Mike tells her, I'm not doing that. Because I am not doing lightning anymore, it's over. Mike says that lightning is nothing without you. Without you I got no song to sing. So Claire came and hugged Mike. Mike was crying. Claire says, I have been figuring things out in my head. Because of my prosthetic I felt hurt and ugly. She says that folks at the hospital talk about having an emotional catharsis where you let go of everything and move forward. Claire feels she is not yet ready to have that because everything still feels scary to her. But she feels that if Mike is there with her, she can have that catharsis. So the two of them perform together at that Thai joint. Claire was struggling with her prosthetic, but Mike helps her. He takes her on daily walks. At the Thai joint, the entire audience enjoyed their show. The joint's owner also started singing with them. Lightning and thunder's comeback on the singing stage happened. But one day when Claire was standing outside her house again, a car came and hit her again. But this time Claire dodges the car. Everyone watching got tense. But Claire started laughing loudly. She says laughing that lightning can strike the same place twice. Claire says, I want our calendar filled up again. Bad things happen over and over. I just want to sing and shine before another car runs into me. She is not afraid anymore. She wants to be thunder again. She is ready to be a mom again and a wife. So they tell her about Rachel's pregnancy. Claire started helping Rachel. Rachel gives birth to the baby and hands it over to a couple. Lightning and Thunder reunite with the rest of their crew. They start singing together again. Their comeback appears on the news. And because of this, they get an opportunity to do a show at a theater. But Mike says, how are we gonna fill this theater? According to him, it can't happen. But then he realizes that on the day they're doing their show here, Neil Diamond is playing a sold-out show nearby at the Wisconsin Center Arena. Meaning they are counter-programming. Those who can't see Neil Diamond will see the next big thing. Claire also tells Mike that you are ready for this. So Mike agreed. They will open with Soolaimon. After this, a meetup is arranged between Mike and the real Neil Diamond. He will meet Mike and Claire after his show. And their show is also sold out like Neil's. Their happiness knows no bounds. On the day of the show, Mike starts practicing his conversation with Neil while dyeing his hair. But right then he has a heart attack. Mike hits his head too, causing his head to bleed. Mike stands up. Right then Rachel came outside. But Mike doesn't tell her anything. He puts super glue on his head to stop the bleeding. In the evening, Angelina also came to watch the show. Mike hugs both his daughters. Before the show, he also told Claire, I can't thank Neil because every thank you I got belongs to you. Claire kisses him and goes on stage. But Mike is not okay. Still, he will perform. The show starts with Soolaimon. The audience is enjoying Lightning and Thunder's singing like always. But Mike is still not okay during the show. Rachel notices this. Mike still didn't stop. He doesn't stop entertaining the audience. Doesn't stop his show. He performed with full energy. After the show, they left to meet Neil Diamond. People were standing there to meet them. Claire comes out and gets out of her car. But when she goes to get Mike out, Mike had already left them all behind. At Mike's funeral, Claire sings a Neil Diamond song for him, I've Been This Way Before. And with this, friends, this story ends right here. Let us know in the comments how you liked this explanation. Also, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. We'll meet you in the next video.